Hero time starts now.
Welcome back, Toku Faithful. Time for round 2 in TOKUWEEN Monster Movie Fest 2. You know, it's been a while since we've paid a visit to the world of Godzilla. Last time we saw him fight his evil clone. This one, not the mecha one, but we might do that sometime. Anyway, it's time to watch his swan song, his walk off into the sunset, his magnum opus, if you will. This is Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Released in 1995, this movie was to be a celebration of Godzilla's 40th birthday. And how did they celebrate it, you ask? By killing him. Hang on, I'm going somewhere with this. Yes, it's true, he does die in this one, but this was sort of a trend all throughout the 90s. Killing off unkillable villains. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Superman. Okay, maybe not Superman, but he was unkillable, let's be fair. And now Godzilla. This was big-time news. Even here in the States, they showed that Godzilla was honestly and truly going to the big monster island in the sky. This was an event. How did they do it, you ask? Let's watch and see. We start with Magnum P.I. A familiar face finds an island, or what's left of it. Yikes. I sure hope that wasn't Gilligan's Island.
Those poor people.
Cut to Hong Kong. Okay, let's see if we can get this baby in the air without any kaiju attacking today, and shit! Maybe Japan bribed him to go somewhere else so they can boost tourism.
Your check is in the mail.
Oh, how the hell am I supposed to cash this?
Guess you could say Godzilla is smoking! Ow! Damn it, Remo! Meanwhile, at a summit meeting, the Council of Suits here info dump on what we literally just saw 2 minutes ago. After that, we get an explanation about what's going on with the Big G. Oh wait, never mind that, they cut away. This movie not sponsored by Apple. We're then introduced to the grandson of one of the original main characters from the very first Godzilla movie, Dr. Kyohei Yamane. Seemed like he wanted to follow in his footsteps, but flunked out, and his sister works in the evening news. Cool collection, bro. Good to know he's a fanboy. He's offered a job at G-Spot. I stand by my filthy innuendo joke. But he almost turns it down until he finds out who's working at G-Spot. We'll come back to this. Meanwhile, we see his sister Yukari interviewing someone about a new micro-oxygen gizmo that could help marine life. Or, as Yukari points out, could be used as a WMD. Again, we'll come back to this. After the show, Yukari gets a note from her aunt.
What could Auntie want?
Maybe a visit from her ungrateful niece who never has time to stop by for tea, crumpets, and chit-chat? Hey, it's our old friend Miki. You might remember her from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla as the psychic lady who talks to the tiny fairy twins. Don't ask. If you know, you know. And if you don't, go watch it or the review. She's looking for Junior, who was also in the last movie. She meets the new kid, Kenkichi, or Ken for short. He believes that Junior, or Little One as they've been calling him, is already dead.
But maybe the others didn't survive it. They could have all been killed. It's possible that the little one was among those that didn't make it. He didn't survive the change.
Why don't you just stick a knife in her heart, jerk?
But wait, that's not all. We see that Yukari's aunt is actually Emiko from the original movie. She says the aforementioned micro-oxygen device is just like the one Dr. Serizawa used on Godzilla 40 years ago.
It destroys all of the oxygen in the water. It suffocates the marine life. Then it liquefies it, making the waters sterile.
I remember. He said that if it was ever used as a weapon, it'd be far worse than any nuclear weapon. So the doctor destroyed his research papers and sacrificed his life for peace. But now, this Dr. Ichuin's new invention seems to be the same thing.
But surely not.
Don't you believe it?
So Yukari decides to get to the bottom of this and talks to the creator, Dr. Ijuin. He did indeed base his invention off Serizawa's work and scoffs at the idea that it could be dangerous, and only cares about, and I quote, the growth of scientific knowledge.
And I know, my micro-oxygen is very similar to his work.
So you must know of the risks involved.
The past 40 years have seen unbelievable changes in the environment. Maybe we can put this discovery to practical use.
You're Satan, aren't you?
Serizawa died to prevent its use.
We can't allow sentimentalism to interfere with the growth of scientific knowledge. My discovery just shows what is there. I haven't produced anything that nature hasn't already seen before.
Normally here's where I cut to Jeff Goldblum's chaos theory speech from Jurassic Park, but I think we're past that. I will, however, cut to this.
Why? Because it's science, that's why.
Meanwhile, in an underground construction site, something screwy happens. This will be important later, but enough foreshadowing. Where's the big lizard?
There's an abnormal increase in water temperature in the Sea of Taiwan. It's about 60 to 70 degrees centigrade.
Oh, am I in this movie too? Ken and Miki inform the rest of G-Spot that they have figured out why Godzilla's overheating like a Dell laptop.
As you know by now, nuclear fission is Godzilla's source of energy. But of course this power plant has to be cooled by air and water. However, the Baz Island incident has greatly increased the rate of fission.
So what'll happen now?
Godzilla will increase in power. And finally, he will explode.
Are you quite sure?
And we get a visual aid to go with it.
You know, if this was happening in real life, you just know Fox News would laugh this off as saying climate change is a hoax and it's not really anything to worry about.
Supposing Godzilla does explode, what'll be the damage?
It will be devastating.
Ignorance must be bliss.
Back at that underground tunnel thing from before, the good doctor has 0 fucks to give, I see.
You took some samples of the soil from the tunnel, didn't you? It was the exact site where the first Godzilla was killed about 40 years ago, right?
You're very observant.
I see Yukari will do anything for a story. They then have a lovely dinner conversation.
You mean there was a time when there was no oxygen present?
Billions of years ago.
Wow, the sexual tension is non-existent. Ken says that they must destroy Godzilla the way they did the first time, the oxygen destroyer. Emiko then begins to have nightmares about it. Coincidence? She tells Ken that Serizawa destroyed his research and never wanted the weapon to be used ever again. She's afraid Ken may not be able to duplicate it properly and begs him not to try. Yukari comes by and Ken brings her up to speed. He asks her to ask Dr. Ijuin to make an oxygen weapon for him. She says she can't do that, but he says there's no other way. The lab boys research what they found in that tunnel and life signs appear. I think we just found the basis for our kaiju baddie this movie. Meanwhile, at SeaWorld, one inept guard is about to meet his fate. Ah, here we go. Classic monster movie setup. Hey, we found Nemo. Okay, who fed Nemo an Alka-Seltzer?
Where's the kill? You promised me a dead guard. What kind of horror movie is this anyway? Jason or Michael or even Chucky would have given that guard a vivisection by now.
Ken asks Ijuen to make the oxygen destroyer, but it won't be easy. He tells him about his findings, and if it was actually used, Tokyo would be a cemetery. Yukari gets a call about what happened, and they rush to the aquarium. The guard, dang it, he survived, shows the footage of what happened. Ijuen takes it back to the lab and finds something in the water. A life form.
What is it?
I'd say that was a life form from the soil sample.
Do you mean to say it's from the Precambrian era?
But it's mutated since then.
Wait a minute, this sounds familiar.
Precambrian, that means that this is the oldest life form on the planet. I mean, other than, one cell things, but look at that.
Wait a minute. Now older than dinosaurs?
Way.
So they're from Earth, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Always thought they're from outer space.
Oh crap, they're related to graboids. Godzilla versus the graboids from Tremors. Now I'd pay money to see that.
Just harmless and inert. However, 40 years ago, it was hit when the oxygen destroyer was first fired. And since then, it's been evolving abnormally. The thing you were afraid of has already come true, in fact. This hole here is proof of it. The fish, too. It could already be too late.
Seems these microorganisms have mutated ever since the original oxygen destroyer defeated Godzilla 40 years ago, and have been growing ever since. Okay, it looks like Ijuen is off the hook for this one. Speaking of Godzilla, hey, there he is. Miki decides to go looking for Junior to no avail. Suddenly, did another movie start up, or did I just nod off? The Defense Force shows up to be monster fodder. Okay, Barney, we know you're in there. Let the kids go. Come out with your paws up and no one gets hurt. Ah, when in doubt, rip off aliens. Oh, game over, man, game over! These overgrown seafood platters decimate the weekend warriors here.
Guess you could say these guys contracted a bad case of crabs. Huh? Huh?
Ah yes, flamethrowers. This way we can steal more elements from aliens. Want to give the monsters 2 mouths while you're at it, Toho? At least these things can shoot lasers instead of acid. Ijuen runs up and tries to tell them to cease fire, but...
I'm Dr. Ijuen, the physicist. I'm sorry, you have to leave, sir. The area is dangerous.
He's heading towards us.
All right, the door, move! Grenades! Fire the hole! Clear! Bang, you're dead.
Yes, now would be a good time to run. Yukari tries to hide from the Red Lobster of Death, but gets trapped inside a car. Oh, won't someone come to her rescue?
I was fucking kidding!
Okay, now we go from copying Aliens to Jurassic Park. And I thought only this movie did that. He then blasts at her and misses. Good thing it doesn't have any depth perception. Ah, and there's the Superman to save the helpless reporter.
Suddenly I'm craving some jumbo shrimp and an order of crab legs. Anyone else?
Can I please be in the movie now? Ken thinks that he's after the power plants and they can't attack him or they risk setting him off like a walking nuke.
The Defense Ministry. They're on the line. They want to speak to you, sir.
G-Force, also here. You what? The Super X3? It's going in?
Super X3?
Ah, Howard Hughes finally got the Spruce Goose rebuilt. Actually, this is a new aircraft equipped with freezer weapons.
It is equipped with state-of-the-art cadmium missiles. None of its weapon systems use explosive heads, though. They're all what we call freezer weapons.
Freezer weapons?
That's right. They're ultra-low temperature laser guns that freeze matter up to minus 200 degrees Celsius.
Man, where's Leonard Snart when you need him?
Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan.
So they decide to give Godzilla a steam bath and he blasts them for their troubles.
You see that? He's slowing down.
Cadmium shells. Fire.
Ah, you shot me in the face! I can't believe you shot me in the face while I'm frozen here! That's just a dick move, guys!
Stay frosty.
The computer says that he should stay frozen for 6 hours.
Ha! I'll take that bet. Anybody else want a piece of that action?
Look here, sir. You see, it peaked here, but now it's falling away.
I can barely see it with that dumb background graphic in the way. Organize your desktop, man.
No, I think the worst is over.
Well, you say that.
The next day, Ewan is working on his oxygen gizmo again to help with those crab monsters.
So, you're new here? Yeah, I'm doing the ESP here. I did a special course in the USA. I'm a paleontologist, so I'm good with dinosaurs. But I must say, I never thought I'd end up chasing Godzilla around the place.
I've been working here years. 7, in fact.
Yeah, how are Sato and Koji from the last movie? What are they up to? Too bad they didn't sign on for this one. We could probably use the help of the Megara. On second thought, no we don't. That thing sucks.
Speaking of the last movie, Godzilla appears on the beach. Wait, how did he get here?
Come on, I just teleported here. It's impressive.
Oh wait, it's not the mama. It's Junior.
Godzilla Jr.'s here.
The little one's turning north.
Oh yeah, drink it in, ladies. Don't cost nothing to look.
Bering Sea. That's where he's heading.
Of course he is. He's going to his nest.
So now it looks like father and son are trying to reunite.
And if Godzilla's chasing Junior, that means he's heading that way.
Excuse me, sir, I've got news from the USG Control Center. It doesn't look too good. They have the latest readouts from the satellites. It seems Godzilla's temperature's rising.
Ha! Told you. But that's not all.
So what'll happen?
A meltdown.
So if he gets to 1200 degrees, bye-bye Godzilla and bye-bye Earth.
I've calculated he'll melt at 1200 degrees.
Yukari reports that the military is trading their flamethrowers for freeze rays. Good thing, because the Krusty Krabs have been taking their kaiju vitamins.
I'm from the ocean floor, slept millennia or more. Now it's time for endless war. I am kaiju. Each wave you learn something. Soon I'll kill everything. Death is my favorite thing. I am kaiju. I'll drink a human's blood. I'll murder everyone. Growing up is such great fun. Yeah!
Scratch that. Looks like they've been taking cues from Super Sentai because the team just became all about one.
This is incredible. The creatures seem to have combined to form one big giant monster.
Well, we're boned. Pack it in, boys.
I know micro-oxygen, and it doesn't have that kind of power.
So what does?
An oxygen destroyer. It can destroy everything. Its power is that awesome. Destroyer.
Destroyer?
Oh, I've been waiting all movie for this part. Hit it, Remo!
Ken gets the bright idea to get Destroyah, which would have been an awesome name for a pro wrestler, to kill Godzilla before he goes critical. They want to use Junior as a decoy, but Miki isn't having that.
You know, if we lure the little one to Destroyer, Godzilla will follow.
You can't use the little one as a decoy. Anyway, he's on his way home, isn't he?
Listen, don't be sentimental. Our future's at stake here. Whatever your feelings, stopping Godzilla's meltdown is our priority.
Bitch, I will claw your ass up if you hurt my man, Kaiju. G-Spot gives an evacuation order while Miki reluctantly uses her ESP ability to tell Junior where to go. Why do I get the feeling this is going to be less of a fight and more of a mugging? Normally I'd play a certain theme here as Godzilla comes to fight, but I think we need to play something more fitting for Junior here.
Yo, you dealing with the X Factor.
I got everything I ever wanted, and I'll never give that back. Oh, I know you hate that factor, but you ain't gotta look at me like that. I said you ain't gotta look at me like that.
What you looking at? What you looking at?
Well, the kid shows up and it's time to see if Junior's his father's equal, and he goes down faster than Glass Joe.
Oh, I hate it when I'm right.
But when Miki's in danger, the kid proves he's got some fight in him after all. But Destroyah just, respawns.
Okay, who gave these guys a game shark?
But that's not all. He comes back with a vengeance. Oh great, so he gets smarter and better the more times you attack him. He is a graboid!
They do get smarter.
He's teabagging him! Oh, the shame!
Somebody stop the fight! Where's the doctor?
Kill him! Kill him!
Get up, little one!
Godzilla!
Destroyah is eating Junior alive or sucking his energy, I can't be sure which.
Alright, Junior, I gotta play this.
Broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you, you bastard?
So what's happening?
Take a look. Something's happening in the fire over there.
What did I miss? Some crab-looking putz, but I put him down, Dad. That's my boy. Well, I guess we roll credits and...
Holy shit snacks, it's Satan!
That's the adult Destroyer.
Or him too, I guess. Same diff.
Destroyer has mutated.
Godzilla's temperature is 1140 degrees Celsius.
Did you ask G-Spot to send in the Super X3 again to freeze Godzilla just before he goes critical and melts down to minimize damage? Looks like we got a 2-on-1 handicap match, playa. But Destroyah cheap shots Godzilla, picks up Junior, and drops him smack into the arena. Ouch!
Oh my God. Let's go!
just lost contact with SC-9.
You what? That's Mickey's chopper, sir.
Hey, look! No!
Oh, don't cry, Mickey. He's going to a better place now. With Littlefoot and Denver and that one velociraptor that T-Rex from Jurassic Park ate, and you know what, I'm just making this worse. Sorry.
Godzilla's obviously PO'd after seeing what happened to his son, but Destroyah won't even let him grieve. Man, Destroyah is like the MJF of Godzilla villains.
I'm better than you, and you know it.
God, this is like a cop pistol whipping a blind handcuffed suspect. And if that wasn't bad enough, Godzilla's reaching critical mass. Out of my way, you crustacean from hell! Go to bed, old man. Wrong answer! And down goes Destroyah.
That, my friends, is gonna leave a mark.
Big G tries to reach his son, but more of those crab things mount him, and oh, that's not right! Yukari and Ijuin watch from the TV chopper and help Miki when they find her. They go back up in the air to watch the fight from a safe distance. They're gone. What just happened? Big G finally approaches the body of his son. I love my dead gray son! In a touching moment, he, blows him a kiss before his inevitable demise. It's a parent thing. I guess I wouldn't understand. You really don't know when to quit, do you? So Destroyah super effectively tail whips our hero around as the doomsday clock ticks closer and closer to the end.
His spines are melting. It's time.
That does it! If I'm going down, I'm taking you to hell with me. Big G unleashes all his fury on Destroyah, and Super X3 and the tanks actually come to help. Well, I'll be. It took them 40 years, but Godzilla and the military finally joined forces. Took you long enough to put aside your differences.
Destroyer, he's falling to the ground.
I did it! I did it! I'm the greatest! Hey, we helped too. But it was too late. Super X3 unloads on the dying Godzilla, sending everything they have at him.
What radioactivity?
Thanks for noticing. out. And so the mighty Godzilla, after decades of death, destruction, and epic kaiju battles, falls. All joking aside, this is really a bittersweet moment.
Godzilla's gone. He's turned Tokyo into a ghost city.
It looks like we paid for it in the end.
Paid for what?
All of it. All that stupid use of nuclear energy.
Wow, really? You're just gonna softball it in like that after all this? Too soon, Yukari. Too soon.
My job is done now, Godzilla.
The radioactivity is disappearing, sir.
But wait. I have to know, is it true? Miki, is it true? Miki, don't ever ask me about my business. And that was the end of Godzilla Sr. I guess they were leaving the door open for a possible sequel, with Junior taking over the family business, but at the time, this was going to be it. The definitive ending to Godzilla. It was over. Then a certain little country called America thought it knew better and made this. And just like Freddy, Jason, and Superman, Godzilla did not stay dead. 4 years later, he was back. And better than ever.
Yeah, I think Joe Bob said it best.
You know that big new Godzilla movie that came out this week? Don't even mess with that.
Well, that's 2 down, but the party's not over yet. We got 1 more to go. So come back next time, because we're going to unleash some turtle power. See you then.
In order to know Godzilla, we've got to look into his past.
You know, studying genealogy is gonna be a blast.
You got it, little robot pal. We're swinging into high.
Hey, come on, let's cut to the chase, you couple of geeks, and get to the family tree.
Well, it started with a nuclear blast and pets that were released.
Oh, like baby alligators and other nasty beasts?
Right. The fusion reaction caused them to grow 1,000 times their size.
Well, that explains Godzilla's attractive tail and thunderous thighs.
Right. Now you're getting it, little buddy, but now we must move on. Godzilla's not the only one to benefit from the A-bomb.